It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly as they get ready to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Brady. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Brady. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that's complete to Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield, instead checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
2nd down, back to Sanders. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Fournette, a first down carry, gets around him, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Brady. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I could just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Second and 8. Here's Brady to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's Derek Barnett coming in and making the play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Succop's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Running left, it's Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Eric Wilson, the leading tackler from Minnesota last year, in on the stop.
At the Eagles' 15-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Brady. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. To throw, it's Brady. And it's caught. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Mike Evans. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. An option handoff given to Sanders. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Jalen Hurts, not a terribly big fella at 6'1", but his arms got plenty of life to it, and that was a thing of beauty there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you get a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? A handoff to Fournette. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. From the 45 on 2nd down, Brady. And this is caught by Evans. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And Mike Evans has been the model of consistency and excellence. 7 years in the league. He's been a 1,000-yard receiver 7 times, the first guy in league history to do that. And he makes another catch there for a first down.
On first down, Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. Dumps it off to Fournette. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Brady going to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They run with Sanders off the option. Sanders, a first down, still going. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Throwing is Hurts. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts steps away. This is Smith with a grab. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 36 yards on the play. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
They'll come out in the pistol. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll score! Touchdown, Eagles! Devontae Smith, his third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Jones breaking from the contact. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So defensively, just got the hand up too high, and that adds even more yardage to what was already an impressive run.
And as a defender, you're doing what you normally do on any play, just grabbing at anything, trying to get him down. But when you're downfield, you're a little more exposed. They'll get you every time when they see it.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. Book touchdown.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Brady's going to look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. And Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. It's caught. Smith.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And he's going to wind up with a 1st down as he's able to even dive for a little extra yardage at the tail end there. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
An option handoff given to Sanders. And some room to maneuver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 106 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 2nd and 6. Hurts throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Elliott good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Brady now on first down. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Throwing again on second down. Brady. This is caught by Evans. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On play action, it's Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Carlton Davis picks it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on 2nd down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Brady. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Eric Wilson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
tonight to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Brady to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Pass midfield, look out. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And that is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw, Brady. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So they were in field goal range, a chance to get this one to OT. Got a little greedy going for the win, cost him the game.
Not just a little greedy, now a little lost because of what ended up happening. Just what you stated there, they're in field goal range. Instead of getting conservative, they decided to press it, maybe try and win it right now. Instead, the whole thing backfired.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Brady.
There's Evans again, complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate, but the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On first down, it's Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Philadelphia, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.